Good morning, guys. It's currently 10:08 a.m. and the date is Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. Hey, guys. It is another episode of Lovely J Podcast. To God be the glory. We are up and able this morning. Now, today, I got to do some personal hygiene things. It's my hair. It is my hair, guys. I'm telling you. My hair, I don't think I've combed it in maybe, to be honest, to do an honest comb, I have not done nothing to it in probably 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I just will throw on the bonnet. I'm in my bonnet phase, my bonnet season for some reason. I do love bonnets. I always have loved bonnets. But I never, when I was younger, like in my 20s and things, I used to wear them out in public. And then I got older and I said, I don't want people to see me with a bonnet on. And I got out of that up until last month. Last month, I started back wearing bonnets in public. I'm telling you, there are situations in life that can happen that can just knock you off your feet and you start doing things that, usually you wouldn't do. And now I'm trying to get out of the bonnet phase and get back to doing my hair. I know I went through a traumatic loss and this is life, y'all. This is what Lovely J Podcast is about. Living life, taking everything one day at a time. We're just coming up out of this party. So let me go and wash my hands and get me a face wash. But it's all about living one life one day at a time. And just being able to give God what's due his every morning. And I'm working on my morning routines because I had done started sleeping in the bed till about 2 p.m. And now I'm back to getting up early. Just going to do a quick wash here of my hands and then my face. Doesn't take much. Yeah, I'm just thankful that I'm able to get back up and really challenge myself to become better. I'm going to try that routine. That pat down that I did yesterday. Let's see. Put the cold water on my face and pat it. Oh, y'all should try this. I watched the Korean grandma do it. And now I see why. That does feel good. And it wakes you up. Ooh. Whew. Yes. Okay, we're ready to go ahead and get started. Now, what's for breakfast? Should I do breakfast first or my hair? That's the biggest thing I'm worried about right now. Doing breakfast or my hair? Whew. Breakfast or hair? Breakfast or hair? And we've got to get it in here doing the... Now, give me a second. Got to definitely do the... we're going to be doing some... what is it? We're making sauerkraut. That's what it is. Sauerkraut. I want to get it done. I want to say tomorrow. Go ahead and get that sauerkraut done. First thing I'm going to do is drink me some water. So I have not found the keys to my car yet. I told y'all, these people, they do the meanest things for no reason, just to try to knock me off my feet, to stop me from doing what I gotta do. I need to take my car and get some tires, and I can't even do that now. But let's drink some water here. Hold up, gotta add the chlorophyll. I told y'all, check out my TikTok shop, Jamie the Advocate. I have so many herbs in there. You gotta try it out for yourself. But I have been on these Juna detox drops. I take them up to 3 times a day. And it just tastes just like a mint. It gives my water it gives the water some flavor. It's nothing sweet. Just, if you like bland, mild stuff, then this is going to work good for you. It's spelled Juna, chlorophyll drops, in the TikTok shop. Now, how have they been making me feel? I think they've been making me feel kind of like, I don't know, like something's renewing on the inside. Definitely got a better pep in my steps. Y'all, I'm hungry. I ain't even gonna lie. What are we gonna eat? Let's do a... Okay, I got some canned chicken here. Let's do a chicken... Oh, these cabbages are so small. Oh my goodness. Let's do... Let's do a chicken taco. With some sauteed onions. It's going to be a quick, easy way to do it. Because I have canned chicken. I probably should. No, not. Alright. I'm just going to cook down this chicken and saute it with the onions and some olive oil. Real simple meal. I am missing my eggs. Ooh, the air came on. Y'all hear how loud it is? Like it's interrupting us. Just cutting down some onions here. I'm gonna go cut this air off. I be forgetting to do it in the morning times, but in the evening times if I'm doing a podcast, I don't forget. Okay. Let me grab me fruit gloves. I have some roasted red peppers too that I'm going to add in this just because. Love my roasted red peppers. That morning throat thing going on. I love the smell of onions being cut up. I'm going to put a whole one in here because I'm going to eat a whole one. And I'm going to add some seasoning to it. Got those cut up. Let's see. Oh. I'm going to add the red peppers once this cooked down some. I think I just want some little bit of onion powder. How are my apples going rotten already? Oh, I'm gonna have to hurry up and eat those. Let's do a little bit of chipotle and Italian seasoning in these onions. Emerald Lagasse says you should season everything. Your fruits, your vegetables, everything. I just want a little bit of this chipotle in it. Just to give it that hint of a flavor of a taco. Because these are going to be chicken tacos. Alright, let's go sit down while that sautés. And catch us breath. Alright, y'all, so it is the most people do the most things around here. We just have some evil-hearted people, y'all, that we're around. And we have to learn how to keep going despite the evil that is around us, knowing that God is greater. The pat on the face really wakes me up. And I can only speak for myself. I know what happens with me versus, what others may be going through. I think the thing that's going on with me is I found a video on it that came in my box. And it just fits. Let's see. It's psychological warfare, though. I'm trying to find the name of it. It said they did it back in, the earlier times, like hundreds of years ago, when they wanted people to comply or they wanted to decrease the population. What they would do was make certain individuals, and I mean, the person didn't have to do nothing to nobody or anything. They just pick out certain individuals to bully and harass and make them think that they're losing their mind, like things are happening in their house outside of the normal. And you know how sometimes you have people like, oh, did you see that? You didn't see it, but I saw it. That type of thing to make somebody seem paranoid. And over time, if it keeps happening to you, you do get paranoid. And if you don't know how to pull yourself back up out of these man-made portals, I call it, if you don't know how to pull yourself up out of it mentally, it will destroy you. I still have my moments where I have a tick. I mean, it's just unbelievable what other humans would do to other humans. And that goes back to that guy named Kirk that got, assassinated. People were laughing and making jokes about that, but it's not funny because it's a matter of time, just a matter of time before, it may come into your neighborhood. It might not be a white man. It might be a guy of another race. So if we make fun of one person's gun violence versus another, we're just setting up our communities to be failed. We talked about it about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, when I was saying all they want to do is make the prisons bigger. And that's what we see, is that the prisons are getting bigger. Now, the catch to it, though, is that now they are including the white people of lower class. If you're not a billionaire or a millionaire, now you finna get treated like you black. It's not going to be no difference. You're still going to go through pains and tortures as if you was a black person. You're going to get to experience what we have been experiencing all along. And that's because greed has taken over the government. It's always been there, but now you have a new level of greed and a new level of demons. Well, old demons. And them old demons are strong to people who do not know God. So you definitely got to know God. I would tell you now, go ahead, open up your Bible, read a scripture or something, because if you don't have some God down in you, it's going to tear you up. It's going to tear your family up, because that's what they do. They break families apart so that they can isolate each one and then take advantage of the mind. And sit back and laugh about how they're making you go crazy. Sit back and get paid because they're making you go crazy. At what point do you stop laughing at others' downfall and realize that if I'm already down, then you're next? You're next. I'm already down. They've already beat me down. And I'm just saying that, while you sitting around laughing at another person or monitoring another person's daily routine, who's monitoring yours? Who's keeping up with your life? Why are you losing life trying to make me lose mine? It's a two-way street. You losing your life, your time that you could be spending happy and with your kids and children or significant other to follow other people around. I forgot what the name of that thing is, though. I wish I knew it so that I could read it to y'all. It's Zertazon. Let me keep looking. I can't spell it. Let's see. I'm looking. Psychological warfare. See, psychological warfare is often shortened. Okay, let me skip that part. PSYOPS is what the term of it is, a form of strategic communication used to influence the emotions, attitudes, motives, and behavior of a target audience, whether civilian or military, to achieve specific political or military objectives. It employs techniques like propaganda and information operations to confuse, deceive, or demoralize the enemy, often leveraging modern communication technologies like social media. The goals can range from gaining short-term battlefield advantages to influencing long-term public opinion, and the concept has long history with roots in ancient military tactics. Now, I gotta go check these onions out. But it's real. I guarantee you that you are part of some type of psychological warfare just as well as I am. They gotta put the propaganda out here. If you are one of those running around talking about what happened with Kurt and, just really political, you are part of it. Yes, you are part of it. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the spatula. When you start cooking and don't have a spatula going. Yeah, you are part of it. And of course you don't see it right now because it's not meant for everybody to see. Those who know, we know. It's not meant for everybody. Some of you will be, you won't have understanding of it no matter who try to teach it to you. Because you won't be able to handle it. Oh, yes. These onions are cooked up nicely. Now let me add in these peppers. This is an oven roasted pepper. I'm going to do just one. I'm going to be using these peppers in my in the sauerkraut. I might go ahead and do that sauerkraut. And you hear this meat. I absolutely do not like opening up canned goods. But however, I needed it for what I'm doing. Yeah, that psychological warfare, it's a real thing. They've always used it on, well, the military and the government has always used it on civilians. We just didn't realize that's what they were doing. Putting propaganda out here on people. Spreading rumors, false narratives about people. I feel honored that somebody would think of poor old me. Of me. Little old me now. That they would think that I was worth studying and experimenting on. People like me aren't rare. We're just who we are. And we can't, it's not, and you know what? Be careful of those people who come around you talking about the chosen ones and grand rising and things like that. Those are usually the people that are recruited in these programs to try to change your way of life. Yeah, they want to see if they have what it takes to change your way of life. So please be careful of people like that. When you see them switch up like that all of a sudden, like they all of a sudden more holier than thou, and it's just not the person that you're used to knowing, chances are something's going down. Yeah. But yeah, let's see what else I can see on this. All this information is coming from Google. Okay, the key aspects of psychological warfare and techniques is to influence perceptions. The primary aim is to sway the target audience understanding of events and situations. Propaganda, this involves disseminating specific information and indicators to promote certain viewpoints and undermine others. The PSYOPS operations, a broader term that encompasses propaganda and other methods to influence psychological factors. Heart and Minds campaign. Strategies focused on winning over civilian populations, often through information campaigns. Deception, misleading the enemy about intentions, capabilities, or the reality of the situation. Modern dissemination, the internet, social media, and other digital channels are now vital tools for delivering these messages on a large scale. And it is, because even like this podcast, if I go on somebody's podcast and they get the flag, they get the notification that I'm on their podcast, they'll be like, okay, y'all, well, it's time for me to get off of here. Or say, for instance, if TikTok is really bad at it. Now, I don't watch many lives on Facebook. Just don't. Never have. Just don't. But on TikTok, before I can even get to a live video, I don't know how they know or how they are notified that I'm on that channel, but people go to scratching their noses, rubbing their eyes, and doing all kind of hand gestures, moving their cameras around. I mean, it's just repeated behavior from just about everyone you come in contact with. And this is to influence you or to influence me to feel like I'm an outsider. And at the same time, everybody else who's watching it, they may be thinking, hey, that's a signal that a target is online or on that same channel. But you know what else it does? If you could see these people's faces, how they change up when they realize I'm on their live. Oh, man. If you could see that it's not even funny. When I tell you, these people, they go into a whole different person. They come out of character of who they are being on social media to turn government. Just taking your life away. And you think I want to be part of that? No. No, I don't want to be part of anything that wants me to behave some other way than I am. Y'all, I think this is dumb. So this looks like a lot of food because it's 1 onion. Okay, did we get this breakfast done in under 30 minutes? Almost. Let me keep moving. I'm almost there. I just gotta cook my tortillas, and that's it. I'm gonna get some cheese to go in them tortillas, and we're gonna do this. I got pepper jack cheese that I'm finna put in here with these tortillas. I'm gonna do 3 tortillas. Might not be able to eat it all, but I will have it for lunch. Yeah, when people do you like that, that's not love. They turn families against families like that. That's why I try to keep my family prayed up. They make me so mad. Because I'm like, at what point did you get hard up enough that you felt like you had to turn against me? But then you got to realize you got them family members that are hard up. I saw how I was turned against, but I ain't let it stop me from being me. Okay, gonna put this pepper jack down in here. That's a you problem. It's the same with the churches too. So the propaganda starts within God's house. Or, well, it's not God's house, it's man's house, because God not playing on that. He's not, you know, I believe he allows us to go through it, but as far to see if we're going to keep the faith, but far as you, no, some of y'all got God twisted. I feel sorry for you. Because then you can't get all the fruit there is to get. You can't get all the fruit he has for you when your mind is governmental. The government mind versus the spiritual mind and walking in the spirit is 2 different things. You can't compare it. They're not to be compared to one another. Nope, can't compare it. Ooh, I'm doing good this morning. I'm glad my routine has changed up, y'all. I'm getting ready to get off too, because this is already almost done. That was fast. And I got my breakfast done within this 28 minutes. I'm done with that. Eyes off. But yeah, I'm glad I'm starting to get back up in the mornings. I feel better. When I get up in the morning time, it does feel better. Versus laying in that bed all day long. Ugh. I was there all day long for the last month. Since August. You know, situations in life, it'll do us like that. But we have to learn that we can command our day. And that's what I did. I pretty much commanded my day. And you know what else? Is that I am going to get my hair done. I'm going to do my hair after I finish eating. I got to do it. I refuse to just... my head don't feel good like this. And it feels stressful when my hair not done. Now, I do like the not African look, but I like the natural boxy look. But that only looks and feel good whenever your hair is actually being done and styled in that order, not because you didn't have the strength to get up and do your hair that day. So that makes a difference. Peace, love, and happiness, y'all. Bon appetit. I'm finna have my breakfast, and you have a great day. Oh, hold up. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and check me out on TikTok. My name is Jamie the Advocate on there. And on YouTube is Lovely J Podcast, where you can replay this podcast.